Change is uncertain, but change is also inevitable. Sometimes change could be unpleasant, yet change is necessary. Presiding officer, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and dear guests. Today I'm going to communicate a change in an hypothetical organization, which I have named XYZ, and I'll be assuming myself to be the managing director of the company. Good morning, everyone, to the first ever all-staff virtual meeting of XYZ company. It's a pleasure to have you all here, and I'm very happy to announce that during this difficult time, not even a single staff or their family member have been infected by the ongoing coronavirus. You must be guessing why we are here, and you might be actually right. We are here to talk about where we stand and how we plan on moving ahead from this situation. The world is facing a pandemic, and the economists believe that the global economy could be hit by approximately $8.8 trillion. WHO believes that approximately 45 million people will be dragged down towards the line of poverty, which also means millions of unemployment all over the world. No, I'm not going to deliver a news here. I'm just trying to tell you what we have been facing. Burdening the soul, burdening the pressure of holding more than 100 families together in this difficult time has been very daunting. I feel like I've been chased by a storm from behind called COVID-19, and all I see in front of me is darkness, darkness of uncertain future, darkness of economic crisis. And I stand here with a ray of hope in my hand that I believe will steer past the darkness and take us the right way. And that ray of hope, my friends, are you, my staffs. Since the inception of this organization, I have always looked up to my staffs as if they are my family members. And this has not changed because for me, family comes first. Throughout the series of discussions and meetings we have had, I have had recommendations from my senior level and some experts from outside as well, who have recommended some very common terms that are gaining momentum all across the business world. Terms such as layoff, terms such as unpaid leave, terms such as cutting down on branches, and some even suggested shutting down. However, as I said, my family comes first, and I will not be happy going to bed knowing that one of my family members might be sleeping with an empty stomach. So though these suggestions sounded right to the ear from business perspective, it just didn't feel right. So here I am standing in front of you humble, seeking acceptance for the proposals I'm trying to put forward. The first one is the organization will not be hosting any social events, no Christmas parties, no anniversary parties, nothing as such. And those funds will be used in different ways for the we will also not be sponsoring any events that we are used to sponsoring in the past years. This year, we need to make our moves properly, save those funds for the future. Level staffs, whereas I'm very grateful for the generous support of the senior level team who have actually agreed upon taking a 50% pay cut for the upcoming quarter. That includes me as well. You might be feeling that this is very harsh on us. We have worked so hard for the organization, and at this time of need, the organization is cutting down the pay. But then let me remind you, it's always better to receive only 75% than to not receive anything at all. It's better to have a job that gives you only 75% of what you used to earn than not having a job altogether. So for this, my friends, I seek your acceptance. Moving on, the lockdown is going to be little different from what it is right now, and the offices are planning on opening up. And I would like to propose that those who do not have a private vehicle will be picked by the organization itself. And the funds that we are going to generate in the next 2 years in the form of profit will be distributed among the staffs in the form of bonuses and dividends, and no further investment will be made for the expansion of the organization. You might be thinking that I have bowed down in front of this pandemic, and you might be right. But then don't be mistaken and mark my words. I am bowing down only to rise again towards the better and effulgent future of our organization. Believe me, there have been no shackles that have ever shackled any dreams, and the dreams I and you prevail together will come true one day. For that, we need that extra extra desire and extra drive from my friends, you. And then, just like we tackled the devastating 7.8 Richter scale earthquake, we will tackle this as well. And from years now, we will look back to 2020 and laugh, saying, look, we panicked in that pandemic. It was just a hurdle. Now it's up to you. Will you be using this hurdle as a stumbling block, or as choice is yours? Together we have, and together we will achieve our goals together. Changes at times could be scary, but you know what? What's scarier is the fear that stops us from being who we are, from moving ahead, prevailing, and succeeding in achieving what we have ever dreamt of. Change is necessary here, but for that, I see. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Morning.
Toastmaster.